Hey guys, hope everyone's doing good. Got out for some racing yesterday. Went to St. Thomas Dragway for 519 No Way Out, no prep race. Last week I spent some time, did a little maintenance on the car. Did an oil change, changed training fluid. So I'll put a tune together. I was trying to shoot for something like a 570, 580 kind of deal off the trailer. Ended up having a pretty decent draw. We were the fifth pair in the first round. So that was a nice change from being first pair down. I drew Ron Charlton. He's got a white trunk Fox body, really nice car, LS turbo. I think he's kind of in the same boat as me right now. He's changed some stuff around. He's trying to get a handle on it again. But I don't think we'd ever race. So we had a battle of the Rons to see who'd be the top Ron. And this is what happened. They did change their burnout rule at this race, so you're only allowed one burnout, and if you mess up the burnout, you're pretty much toast. Basically, once the car leaves the water box, whether you did a burnout or not, that was your opportunity to do it. Really mashed the throttle to make sure I did a good burnout, and it must have a little lean spot or something there because it just popped and the car died. But I was able to fire it right back up and did a good burnout. We both made the trip, but it was, I don't think it was super pretty really in either lane. Looked like Ron had a little trouble. My car kind of left, but it had a bit of wheel speed and I had to pedal a little bit, but ended up getting the win. So moved on to the next round. So next round I drew a white Colorado, no front end on it. I believe the guy's name was Chase, said he watches the channel a little bit, so that was pretty cool. It was an LS with a bed-mounted turbo. I could tell he had a lot of weight in the back and like I say, no front end and stuff. So it looked like he did his homework, and I don't remember seeing the truck out before, but definitely wasn't going to take him lightly. So made a couple little tweaks on the tune just to try to get it to go A to B under full throttle. Ended up getting the right lane this time, and we gave her a shot. So got the W, moved on to third round. Car's working pretty good. It still didn't quite go A to B under full throttle. I ended up, I took about 1.5 pounds of dome pressure out of basically the whole ramp. And the tires look a little low on air still, so I ended up going up 0.5 pound air pressure. If you kind of watch behind the car, you can see that it's kind of like paddling the tire a little bit, just in the tire marks. So went up 0.5 pound and gave it a shot. We end up drawing Mike Batista. I've probably put up a couple videos recently where I've raced him. I think he's beat me twice in a row, so I was feeling like I was due for a win. I was hoping anyway.
that was close. Yeah, yeah.
So I got the W again. Super pumped. That was, like I said, pretty sure I've raced him. Pretty sure that's the third race, and he's got me both times before. So it was nice to get a win against him. It looked like he made a pretty decent pass. I could see him right in my peripheral right at the end. So I think he was right there with me. So nice clean run. My car went A to B under full throttle. It was a nice clean pass. It definitely liked the extra half a pound of tire pressure. So it went back. It was really a nice clean pass, and it was pretty fast. So I didn't change much. Just kind of tweaked the tune here and there. Fourth round, I drew Tangerine Dream, Frank K driving it. This car's been out for for about 2 years now, I think. And it's really fast. I know those guys travel around quite a bit and do quite a bit of racing with it. They got a really good team. They got two cars, look kind of similar, and they're both really fast. So I didn't change too much. Just tweaked on it a little bit. Just tweaked on the tune a little bit. And I ended up getting the left lane, which I think is slightly better there. I feel like it might be maybe a little more bumpy kind of out back, but I feel like it's the better lane. So my car made a real nice pass. That pass picked up a fair bit. I got on the scramble button early because it felt good. And Frank got me by just a little bit. Probably half a car, maybe a little less. It was a real good race right to the end. So 18 cars. I made it down to the final four, semifinals. Car's working really good. I think I got a really good handle now on the turbo. The front shocks are just awesome, I would say. They are... So right now I have them set at the baseline settings from Vicious Performance. But I really can't say enough about the front shocks. Like, they're just working. If you watch, I'll slow it down here, but the last pass, you can tell it gets out probably at 15, 20 feet. And then it starts pulling the wheel up a little bit. And I think if I can start adding some more power in, I got to get it to 60 foot a little bit better, I think. But if I can start adding some power in there, I think there's lots of room now to do that. Because the front is so controlled now, and it's coming up like so nice and gradually, I've got lots of time to start creeping power back in. Whereas before, the front was just popping up like the first half a second and really does not give you much time to do much with it. I really like to show the times with you guys, but sometimes when you're in competition, some guys just get really bent out of shape about doing that. And it takes a lot of work and a lot of time to figure out what you can run on a certain surface. So, I mean, if you just give out all your times, hypothetically, someone could just figure out some tune-ups to run that number, and potentially, if the car's set up right, they could do it. So I think I'm pretty transparent with what the car runs and all that kind of stuff. But because these were some pretty close races and stuff, I'm just going to keep them to myself. I will say that those were pretty fast passes, especially the last one. That was running almost what the car was running on the Friday Night Test and Tune stuff. If you guys watched that video, and it was making some pretty high mile per hour out back for that surface. So if you kind of go back and look at that, you can get a rough idea. But I got no problem showing you guys the tune-up, the data log, any of that kind of stuff. So basically, I had it leaving at 3,800 RPM. I had a bit of a timing retard in there, but I was getting it back in pretty quick. I did end up stretching this out a bit throughout the day. So it was all back in by 1.4, and I was pulling 8 degrees initially and kind of just ramping it back in slowly. And as far as boost goes, basically on wastegates there for a little bit and just creeping some back in till about 2 or 3 seconds, and then it starts coming in pretty hard, but seems to work pretty good for this setup. One thing that was really helpful for the first 2 passes was I was using my negative scramble button. I was on that button for the first 2 passes, and that definitely worked really well. But on this one, I got on the scramble button pretty early. So this one, I mean, I always have the potential to get on the scramble button and add, I think I had 4 pounds of dome on the scramble. So this is the data log. Basically left 4.3, which is wastegates. I kind of confirmed that this week just to make sure. And shifted it 65, which I think my light's on at 65 or 66. And the car's really hooked up until then. I think it's mostly the track right here gets really bumpy. So I did scramble it. That's about a second and a half. I did get on the scramble. You can see it there. And it made pretty well 21 pounds of boost up top. Yeah, 20.7 pounds of boost, which was 22 pounds of dome. But really looked pretty good. It looks super solid through here. I think I can definitely add some more power in through here. And yeah, it's kind of getting a little choppy up top there, but it's accelerating the whole way. You can really hear it in that in-car video. So I think that's all I got for you guys. Like I say, super pumped how the car is working. I think I've really got something to work with now if nothing else messes up and gets in the way. But the plan is right now I want to do, really there's only a couple weeks left of racing up where I'm from. So my plan is hopefully go somewhere next weekend and do a little bit of, and either do a Friday night test and tune or just a Saturday test and tune or something. And I want to try to get the car to run like a 5 teens or low 5s, something like that. The fastest I've ever had the car is, I believe, like a 520 or something. So I think right now I can definitely get it to run somewhere bottom 5s, I'm pretty sure, if I can get everything to work together. I did want to try and run 4s with the car, but I just wasted too much time this year. So at this point, if I can get to run a 5, even a 520, I'd be happy with, really. But I'm going to get out, do a little more testing. There's one more event up here in Ontario. So that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. If you got any comments, throw them up there. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, do me a favor, hit that button. Have a good day, guys.